Tiara's breath. You there, help us!
Fine.
Blazes. Thank you. You're Tahar, aren't you? The good one?
Yeah, who are you?
Sergeant Tannerson, House Hallett. Our lord ordered us to clear out this place for the Conclave, but we didn't expect so much resistance. Thank you for your help, sir. This might have ended ugly.
Now would you look at that?
You got it.
Sure.
Got it.
Good move. Zarek guides me.
For the Queen! It's over.
All right, here goes nothing.
Let's burn them.
For Northander! Here!
Yes.
Good move.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
No!
Fine.
Healing! No!
Sure. Zarek guides me.
Walking corpses. Take them down.
I need help over here.
Killed one of our heroes.
For the fire wielders!
Healing!
I need healing.
Killed one of our heroes.
Healing! No!
Killed one of our heroes.
Healing! No! Healing! No! It's over already. For Northander! Healing!
I need mana!
It's over.
Yes.
Here we go.
Ah!
Healing!
Yes, if you insist.
Yes?
Sure. You got it.
Understood.
Sounds like a plan. You got it.
I'll handle it.
All right, here goes nothing.
Yes?
Call the queen!
Let's see.
5.
Sure. That way?
They will fall.
It's over already.
Whatever's necessary.
Understood.
Not happening. I can't focus. Just give the word. I need help over here.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan. You got it.
I'll handle it. Healing! No!
I can't focus. Got it. Will do. Abominations!
It's over already.
You'll regret this.
Sounds like a plan.
No, stay away. Stay the fuck away from me.
Calm down. We're not here to hurt you.
That's what these goddamn defilers said too, and we helped them. Can you believe it? We fucking helped them.
You're talking about the mages you rescued from Amaria Leonidar.
I rescued them. That's what we did. We took them in, we gave them food, and then they showed their true face.
What do you mean by that? Showed their true face.
You know what I mean. You saw them yourself.
The abominations. They were the mages the villagers took in.
The biggest mistake of our lives. It just happened so quickly, you know. One night we had supper with them, then all of a sudden one of these things shows up, coming out of old Bertrand's house. Then the killing started. From the body of every defiler, that creature killed another.
How did you survive?
I don't know. When they got to my house, they just stopped.
That didn't stop them from attacking us.
I doubt we'll find out. Interesting.
Zarek guides me.
Wait, you're Corporal Tahar, aren't you? And the former Lord Marshal. What an honor.
We're here to see Wayland Hallett.
I figured as much. Go on ahead. He's back at his tent. You can't miss it.
Let's see.
That way?
Interesting.
Tahar, am I right?
Yes. And you must be Wayland Hallett.
I am. And old Arendir. What an honor it is to meet you.
Thank you, Wayland.
I have to admit, I had something different in mind when they told me the stories about you, Tahar. Though there can be no question about the magic inside you. It's intense.
You're a mage?
No, but I learned to recognize the signs. There's just something in the eyes of a gifted one that can't be mistaken. But I digress. I know why you're here. The Conclave. You want the support of House Hallett and House Wolfgar to march against the Harbinger of Light.
Correct.
Good. I guess you've been told already that this alliance will be complicated. As long as that old ox Shane is in charge, there won't be an alliance. He despises our house, but I suppose you know that much already.
What's the story behind that feud, anyway?
In short, we didn't send House Wolfgar the reinforcements he requested, and the division his daughter fought in was completely massacred by your father's followers.
Why didn't you send them?
Because it would have been suicide to go in there alone. Instead, we waited for the Royal Army to appear and marched in together. It was over in a matter of seconds. Sending them in nonetheless would have meant sacrificing 100 men, women, sons and daughters for nothing. Every commander would have done the same.
So what do you suggest?
Simple. Join House Hallett and House Uhtred.
You mean?
I want Myra Uhtred, Lady of House Uhtred, to give me her hand in marriage. Our combined power would outshine even the former House Leonidar.
Myra isn't well. The Harbinger seized control of her mind, and she has been changed ever since.
It will pass.
Do you love her?
I might, in time. She is a smart and beautiful woman.
No need to play games, Wayland. You've never met Myra, let alone spoken to her.
Maybe.
And just how will that help us get Wolfgar under our banner?
Well, think. The united houses of Hallett and Uhtred are too powerful for House Wolfgar to continue playing lone wolf. We could simply force them into submission.
That's true. If House Uhtred and House Hallett became one entity, Wolfgar's army becomes an ant facing a giant. But that would also mean making you, Hallett, the most powerful noble in Northander.
That's the idea. My offer stands.
A marriage. That's asking for a lot.
We should talk to Myra about this.
I will. We could also talk to House Wolfgar first to hear their demands. It might be a good idea to know the cards involved before making the final call.
Understood.
Hold it, you. Wait. Lord Marshal Arendir?
Corporal Tahar.
Of course.
Thank you.
That way?
Got it.
Zarek.
Up ahead. I think that's Shane Wolfgar.
Doesn't look like the friendliest fellow.
Interesting.
If it isn't the fabled Tahar, and in the company of Lord Marshal Arendir, so you're serving the betrayer's child now.
Careful, Wolfgar. Greykeep might be gone, but I'm still your Lord Marshal.
Maybe so.
I'm here to...
I know what you're here for. You want our troops to take back Greyfell, which the Royal Army so gloriously failed to protect against a couple of pitchfork-wielding lunatics. I'll cut right to the chase. House Wolfgar doesn't need an ally. Even if the sky rains fire, there's no way on Io.
What's your problem with me?
What isn't my problem with you? You're Isamo Tahar's child. First, you betrayed your father, so why would I trust you to lead my men into battle? For all I know, you change your allegiances as often as your underpants. Maybe even in the middle of a fight.
I stopped the Bloodburn.
Did you?
I know you're not on good terms with the Hallett, but is an old family feud really worth risking the future of Northander?
Let that be my worry.
If you don't want to join forces with either of us, then why are you even here?
Because it was just a stone's throw from where we were going anyway. The span.
So you're planning to attack Greyfell?
Well observed, Orc. And also, it gave me an idea of your strength. Now that I have seen it, I trust you can see yourself out of the camp, can you? Goodbye, Tahar.
Stubborn fool.
What now?
Let's discuss this outside.
Get out.
All right, what now?
Well, we need to.
Tahar, that's you, isn't it?
Maybe. Who are you?
Ulrich Wulfgar. I was wondering where you were.
Good to see you, Lord Marshal. I overheard your conversation with my brother. First off, I apologize. He was never particularly good with people. To make it short, unlike my brother, I think we could help each other. Or, to be more precise, I think we must. What Shane intends to do, marching against Greyfall on his own, is madness.
So there's some common sense in the Wulfgar blood after all.
I like to think so.
But you're not in charge, are you? Your brother is the lord of the house.
Well observed. But that doesn't mean that my opinion doesn't carry any weight. See, Tahar, the thing is, there's no way on Io we will ally ourselves with House Hallett. But his dislike for you is irrational. He knows you're not what he made you out to be, and essentially it boils down to the fact that he thinks you're not fit to lead an army. That you're weak. Just think about it. Why would he have us travel here if he weren't considering an alliance? So, in other words, unless there's some bigger scheme to his play that he hasn't let me in on yet, our presence here means that he's considering an alliance with you.
Given your brother's first impression, I'm not even sure I want his help.
Oh, come on. Now you're being as childish as him. This is politics. I know my brother can make it hard for people to... You need to show him you're not the weakling he thinks you are. While my brother was in the camp, and I found something quite...
Let me guess. You want...
Exactly. Bring him one of the Wyvern's teeth, still wet and bloody, and let him know that you've killed it yourself. I know my brother. He has always loved the old stories of monster hunters and dragon slayers, and he respects strength in which is, quite frankly, one of the reasons why Wulfgar has fallen.
Actually, I've taken care of it.
What? You? Then we should waste no more time. Come, let's talk to Shane. He will want to see this.
What do you want?
Shane, I think you should see this.
What?
Here, this is for you. A wyvern's tooth, straight from the beast's jaws.
Huh. So? Why are you showing me?
They killed that wyvern all by themselves, Shane. I saw it. No soldiers, no ballistas.
So?
Ugh, blazes, Shane. Don't play dumb with me. This man may be many things, but he's not weak. Someone who can kill a wyvern with their own hands is fit to lead an army against the purity.
Maybe. But the question is he willing to make the hard calls when push comes to shove?
What do you...
Meet me at the foot of the fortress, Tahar. Alone.
Zarek guides me.
Bloody secrecy. This is getting ridiculous. I say we help Hallett instead. Or are you thinking of going?
I at least want to know what he has to say.
Well, I can't stop you.
Yes, Tahar? Do you require anything else?
How are you feeling? You still seem distant.
As I said, I am functional. I will not let you down.
I've had a talk with Wayland Hallett. He proposes a marriage between House Uhtred and House Hallett to force the...
By a marriage, you mean he has asked for my hand.
Yes.
I will do what it...
This is your decision, Myra. You're the lady of House Uhtred.
Yes, I am. But, as I said, I will do whatever is necessary.
How do you feel about Wayland?
I don't know him, so I do not feel any particular emotions towards him.
Angar, what is your take on this? You've been quiet.
It is your decision, Myra. I'm not an Utran. But Wayland Hallett only wants to use you and House Utran for his purposes. In other words, the battle ahead might be tough, but making the Hallets...
I understand.
So you want me...
Yes. Do what you must, Tahar.
We shouldn't do this, Tahar. Myra isn't capable of making such a decision in her current state of mind.
Maybe. But I don't see this alliance happening any other way. The battle for Greyfell will be bloody, Tahar. Make no mistake about that. It might be a marriage for the lives of hundreds of soldiers.
Got it. Will do. Understood.
You came? Well, that's something. Let's get to the point. Given that my original impression of you wasn't entirely correct, let me revise my statement. An alliance between House Wolfgar and House Utran, and thus you, might not be out of the question anymore.
So that Wyvern's tooth really changed your mind?
Not the tooth. Your tenacity. I know Ulfric had a hand in this, but it doesn't matter. You didn't let yourself be scared off by my words. And not to mention that a commander who charges into battle on his own is a rarity these days. Most of them are fat bureaucrats who know how to wield the quill better than the sword. Now don't get me wrong, I still don't trust you. But nonetheless, you know your craft, and this is what matters for now.
But I'm guessing you have terms for that alliance, don't you? Why the secrecy?
Because I want you to kill Wayland Hallett for me.
I beg your pardon?
You heard right. I didn't come here just to see your troops, though that was one of the reasons. I came here to rid the world of the Hallett bloodline once and for all. Do you know what he did?
You blame him for the death of your daughter, right?
Blame? Don't think I can't read between the lines, Tahar. He killed my daughter, murdered her, and only because he was too much he could have saved her. But he didn't. Believe me, Tahar, Wayland knows how to act all friendly and reasonable, but he'll smile at you and tell you what you want to hear. But ultimately, everything he tells you only follows one purpose: himself.
How do you know this is what really happened at the battle? Were you there?
Tahar, I am not going...
So you want to assassinate him? You know what you're asking of me, don't you? You could be trialed just for
By whom? The purity of light? If we kill Wayland Hallett, their soldiers will fall into confusion, like sheep without a shepherd. According to my spies, many of his men would likely switch sides if something were to happen to Wayland. The rest might realize the scheme behind his death and turn it. In return, we will swear loyalty to House Utran. At least... You're the only one who can get into their camp. Wayland Hallett knows how many people are out for his head, which makes him rather... vigilant.
Does Ulrich know about your...
He doesn't, and it will stay that way. The moment you take the word of this to anybody else, House Wolfgar will turn against you.
You'd endanger all of Northander just because you want Wayland Hallett dead?
Just because I want him dead? Do you have any idea what that's like, Tahar? To see the man who murdered your daughter walk around as if nothing happened? I've waited years for this, and now is the perfect opportunity.
I don't like this, but I'll think...
Good. Here. All you need to do is pour 5 drops of this poison into Wayland Hallett's food or drink. It will take care of the rest. And don't worry, it won't take effect before the conclave takes place. And when it does, it will be all you need to do is to find a way so that the arrogant dwarf lover swallows it. And...
Yeah, you will. Interesting.
Tahar, pleasure to see you.
There must be another way to convince you to join us.
It's all or nothing, Tahar. The marriage in exchange for the troops.
But the purity won't spare you. You know that, right?
No, I don't. Do you? House Hallett is a powerful foe, but we could also be a powerful ally. Don't get me wrong, Tahar. I don't like this Lacane character. Not at all. But right now, all I'd get for helping you in that battle would be a pile of Hallett corpses.
For heck's sake, the purity is murdering people. Doesn't that matter?
Everybody is murdering someone these days. But yes, I get your point. And again, I don't like what they're doing. But sadly, I'm a lord, and not a lone wolfish hero out to save the world. I can't afford to be idealistic.
How big is your army?
What you're asking is the dowry worth the marriage? I have 5,000 men and women under my banner, armed and ready to march. What you see here is only a fraction of House Hallett's full power. And that doesn't include the 2,000 soldiers from House Wulfgar that will be forced to cooperate with us once word of the marriage gets out.
That's impressive. An army of that size should really help us against the purity.
I've spoken to Myra. She has agreed to the marriage.
She has? Well, that's a pleasant surprise. But I'd like her to tell me herself. And judging by the position of the sun, the conclave is due to take place soon, isn't it? You've helped my men clear the fortress already, so that's taken care of. So I suggest we get on with it. I will see you at the top of the fortress, together with Lady Uhtred and Lord Wulfgar. Until then.
Lord Hallett, it has been a while.
It has. How are you, Shane? What about the wound? Is it still healing?
I'm fine. The only reason I'm here is courtesy. We won't march with either of you. Neither House Uhtred nor House Hallett, nor the Betrayer's Child's makeshift army.
Really? Well, I think that's not decided yet. Lady Myra, I hereby ask for your hand.
Is this a joke?
It's not. Lady Myra, what is your answer?
Yes, Lord Hallett. I accept.
Thank you, Lady Myra. You just made me a very happy man. The marriage will take place next week, and I strongly suggest you rethink your opinion on supporting Tahar in this battle, Lord Wulfgar. My betrothed will be fighting at his side, and so will we. And you wouldn't want to make House Uhtred Hallett, the soon-to-be most powerful house in all Northander, your enemy, would you?
You bloody...
All we want is your support in the Battle of Greyfell. After that, you're free to do whatever you want.
Is that so? Fine. You won, Hallett. At least this time. But we will...
Now! For the light!
Don't harm my brother!
Whatever's necessary.
Shit.
You did this?
Well observed, brother.
Traitor.
Yeah. I guess I did.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, that was the idea, wasn't it?
But why? I don't understand, Ulrich.
Did you really think I'd just stand by and watch while House Wulfgar breaks into pieces? You don't even see it.
You're obsessed with your bloody feud with Hallett, and even though we don't even have the money to pay for our soldiers' food anymore, you seem to think that we still live in the old days, when House Wulfgar still mattered. I'm sorry, brother, but I won't just stand by and watch while you destroy all our fathers and forefathers have worked for.
We can't win this war. neither by ourselves nor with the betrayer's child's army. Lacane, his fanatics, and his creations are simply way too powerful. So, he made me an offer, and I accepted.
You told them of the Conclave?
Correct.
But it's over, isn't it? We fought off the ambush.
That was just a taste of what they have prepared. They have an entire army in the northwest. It's massive. You will fall. All of you. I was hoping I'd get out of this alive. But it seems that I won't.
What do you mean?
I'm a traitor. And even though Corporal Tahar has quite some first-hand experience with betrayal himself, I doubt he'll show mercy when it's someone else doing it.
By the... No! If you do so much as touch him, I'll kill you. I swear it, Tahar. I'll kill you.
He has broken the Queen's law, and there's no tribunal around to judge him. That means that there's only one option.
Don't you have anything to say in your defense?
Nothing I haven't said already.
You'll get a trial once all of this is over. Until then, you're a prisoner.
Huh. Well, this is a surprise.
Are you mad? You're not taking my brother.
Blazes, Shane. He betrayed all of us, even you. We're being merciful here, so don't act like a bloody child.
But...
He's right, brother. Don't push it.
Fine. You have our blades, Lord Halet Utran. But only until this battle is over.
That's all I asked.
Good. Then let's deal with the Purity Army first. Ulrich, you said they've set up camp in the northwest.
Yes.
Then let's fight back.